check. Test. Check. Test, test. Check, check.
Next to the Wampascats, number 2, Willie Clark.
All right, we are here broadcasting, trying to get things set up here at Little Rock Central. Got started a little early on us, and we're running around trying to get connections made. So if you missed it, Max Holland reached on an error the first at bat, and then Sean Cover hit a home run. So that's where we're at, 2-0, 2 batters. Willie Voss with a bunt attempt, and he's called out. So again, folks, we are trying to get things set up and working here. I think we're live. So again, Sean Cover or Max Holland reaches on there. Sean Cover hits a home run out of the park in Little Rock Central. We got 1 out in the top of the first here on the Wampascats Sports Network. London Stewart is up. Little Rock Central has a brand new field and a beautiful facility here in the middle of their campus. There's a track meet going on today. So lots happening at historic Little Rock Central. It's Colby Crow trying to bring you the broadcast. David Thompson working hard to get things set up. London Stewart's up with a 3-0 count. And called strike. Three balls, 1 strike to count to Stewart. Wampascats lead 2-0 here, top of the first. It's a walk for Stewart. And looks like on the scoreboard they credited Holland with a hit. So we've got 2 runs on 2 hits so far. That brings up Silas Cicero. Throw over to first, not in time. Cicero's up. Cicero's had a live bat as of late, swinging the stick really well. We got 1 out here. Fouled out of play. London Stewart on first base via a walk. One out here in the top of the first. Historic Little Rock Central. Throw over to first again, not in time. Misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Silas Cicero. Got started a little bit early here today, which makes it tough for people trying to get here and get streams set up. Misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. If you're joining us late or on time, you missed Max Holland reached first base, and then the second batter, Sean Cover, hit the ball out of the park for a 2-run home run. London Stewart walked. There's been one out. And Cicero is at the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count to Silas. That ball misses outside. So Cicero is on first, London Stewart on second, and that brings up Carter Crow.
Up next for the Wampascats, designated hitter number 9, Carter Crow.
Carter's DHing today. And David Thompson's live on the broadcast.
What do you say, Colby?
Great job getting things ready by David Thompson and crew. First pitch to Crow, misses outside.
Another hot start for the Cats.
Bats are coming alive at a good time for your Conway Wampascats.
I think Cover put a dent in the Quigley Stadium.
Man,
Missile off that fence
we were
or off that brick wall.
I missed most of it, but it sounded impressive off the bat. Crow fouls it off. Evens the count at 1.
Yeah, the old high school early start time.
I love it. They're efficient here.
Do you love it though?
Well, if I wasn't watching you guys trying to run around and get things set up, I'd love it. Beautiful field, all turf here. And hit to the shortstop, fielded. Out at second, puts runners on the corner. Fielder's choice, I guess.
Yep.
It's going to bring up Kean Brown. So runners on first and second, 2 outs for your Wampascats. 2 runs on the board here in the top of the first. Fundraiser night for Little Rock Central as they are wearing pink jerseys.
Here we go, first and third.
And
Crow left early. Third base looked him back on the third move. So just a big reset. JV scored 4 runs on that play on Friday night in their 7-3 win or something like that. Counted for more than half their runs.
and
Here we go again. This time, Crow's going to stay in the rundown. Stewart will score, and they do get London at first.
That was Carter at
I'm
first.
sorry, Carter at first.
Run
London
scores.
scored, yep.
I guess that's okay. Good trade-off.
Good for us.
Yeah.
3 runs on the board.
So that's the score after the Wampascat half of the first is Conway 3, Central 0. We'll be back in a few minutes on the Wampascat Sports Network. All right, we're back here. Bottom of the first. We've got senior Owen Davenport on the mound for your Wampascats. Good outing last week for Owen.
Yeah, 5 2/3 scoreless at Jonesboro. Kept the Cats holding that 1-0 lead for most of the game and then pulling away late. So, Colby, check this out. So we're at Central High. No one in our program has ever played a game here.
It's true. Good.
Because of their renovation. Last 3 years, the home games that we've played against Central have been played elsewhere.
First pitch inside, called strike. Great pitch by Davenport. So was there a baseball field here before?
Same place, yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty much the same place with Quickly in left field. They tore it all down as part of their project to put in the indoor facility over there and do some renovations to Quigley. So the last step in the last phase was the baseball program. So they were nomads for about 2.5 years until opening this place up this spring.
Wampascat football team played at the renovated Quigley this year as on the road as a conference game, and Wampascats were able to come away with a victory. You know, there was a time where Little Rock Central in high school football was as good as it got. Lots of Division I football players and a lot of Razorback commits. But
I remember watching 2004
swing and a miss
semifinals here. Central against Springdale, Gus Malzahn, Mitch Mustaine. In fact, Mitch broke his arm here getting sacked in that semifinal that Central won. I think Central ended up winning state that year.
Davenport, the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter for Little Rock Central. Great pitch by Davenport, and he struck him out. So good start for the Cats. Good start for Davenport.
For the Central Tigers, Chris Gaines.
Holland looks like he's having some pitch comm communication problems. So if you're watching,
Is that the first time this year that's happened?
and you don't know, starting I guess just a couple years ago,
Yeah, I think it's the third season.
coaches from the dugout can talk to the catcher through an earpiece that sometimes doesn't work as well as we want it to. Similar to the technology we're streaming today, sometimes it doesn't work as well, but sometimes it does. So we're thankful to be able to bring you Wampascat baseball on the road today in Little Rock Central. Misses outside. Davenport's down 2-0.
So a different role for Davenport. Last week was his first start of the season, and he knew that was a big matchup facing Luke Weatherly and Jonesboro team that was at the time in first place. So now he's got to follow that up with another outing.
Great pitch down the middle. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. It's hard to tell speed-wise, but that looks like it's fast. We'll just say that. Missed inside. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count here. I think it's important for Davenport to get off to a fast start here like he did against Jonesboro.
Yep. Settle in, be efficient.
Swing and a miss to run the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count.
And the batter's Chris Gaines. He's a second baseman for Central. He's been starting at second base since his freshman year.
And he fouls it off. Chris Gaines, was that the name of Garth Brooks' alter ego?
Sure.
I think it's probably not it. A strikeout here would sure help your Wampascats cause here in the bottom of the first. Just misses low and inside, and that's a walk. So far Davenport with a strikeout and a walk.
Brings up Gabe Lawrence. Gabe, your starting pitcher today.
Normally Central wearing black and gold. Today, pink as a fundraiser for cancer awareness. Man, that ball moved a ton.
And Colby, you may have missed it. Gabe's brother Luke Lawrence also pitched here. Really good pitcher. He's at UCA now.
Okay.
We had 2 really tight games down here when we played them his junior and senior year, once here and then once at UALR. I believe it was a 3-1 final 2 years ago. UALR Bo Billick and Luke Lawrence were going at it. Tight game at UALR. Cats pulled it out.
One ball, one strike the count. Runner goes. Holland throws.
Yeah, good jump by Gaines.
Good lead. Wampascats don't give up many stolen bases. Great jump.
One of those do or dies with a lefty. If he freezes you, you're a dead duck. But if you guess right, you can get a good jump going to second base on the leg kick.
So your Wampascats, 1 out here, 1 ball, 1 strike, or 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Lawrence.
That's a beautiful pitch.
That is a great pitch. Struck him out. Davenport 2 outs on 2 strikeouts, and Central has a runner on second. And always a good idea to greet the umpire. Straight down the middle. First pitch strike for Davenport.
Fisher to Clerk, the batter for Central. He's playing first base today.
That's a good pitch. Missed just outside. Holland did a good job bringing it inside the frame. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a good pitch. Lots of movement. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, 2 outs for your Wampascats here in the bottom of the first. Certainly a nice scoreboard here at Buddy Coleman Field. Runner goes, fouls it off. He'll have to go back. Little video element on the scoreboard.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Look at that.
Just like the one at Conway. One ball, 2 strikes, the count. Ran it inside and it hit him. And puts runners on first and second with 2 outs. So brings up Eli Angel for Central. First and second, 2 outs. Davenport, both outs have come on strikeouts here. Sprinkled in a walk, and the runner goes. And he's safe. Advances to third on the stolen base. Strike called, so Davenport ahead in the count. Facing Eli Angel. Swing and a miss.
Angel really bailed on his front side on that swing.
And that puts Davenport ahead 0-2 here. Probably won't see a hittable pitch here, but he's got to have something that, luckily he's got Max on behind the plate to make sure it stays in front of him. Oh, yes, sir. Called strike. Strikeout on 3 pitches, and that ends the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. Central strands 2 on a walk and a hit batter. Couple stolen bases, but your Wampascats lead after 1, 3-0.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, we're back here.
No, you're not. Hang on a second.
Now we're back in the top of the second here. Kean Brown's up to bat as Carter Crow got caught in a rundown.
Pickle.
On purpose, I guess, to
That's
score a
right.
run. To give your Wampascats 3-0 lead. If you're just joining us, Max Holland reached on an error in his first at bat, and then the second batter, Sean Cover, launched a ball out of the park, and that accounted for 2 runs.
I think Holland's ball was a base hit and error on the throw. So a little chopper down third base.
There you go.
Third baseman tried to make a running play. Max beat it. It was an all or nothing play, but the ball ended up down right field.
Brown, the count to Brown now, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Holland's been on a tear. He is now
That's
9 for his last 10.
It's not bad. I'm not good at percentages, but that would be about 900.
About 900%.
About 900.
Yeah.
That was a slow grounder to second, fielded, and retires Kean Brown, and that's going to bring up
Wampascats right fielder number 1,
Colson
Colson.
Ashcraft.
Good to see Colson back in lineup. He's been playing really good outfield for the varsity. Good speed, good athlete, reads the ball well.
1 ball, no strikes to count as that ball missed outside. Down the middle, called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to the junior, Colson Ashcraft.
Do you remember Legion Ball 2 summers ago, Colson and all that group in the 17U?
Yeah.
Had a really good team.
Really good team, yeah.
Do you remember Colson in the outfield?
A little bit.
I mean, you could hear him in the stands, 300 feet away, having a big time. And
Like to talk. That misses outside. 3 balls, 1 strike to count.
don't quite get to express that same personality in high school varsity, but we saw a little bit in the JV game Friday night. Yeah.
And that's a walk for Ashcraft. Colson may be the only non-senior in the lineup today.
Yeah, I mean, typically they're just either one or none.
That brings up senior Whit Williams. Whit's been hot at the plate. Swinging a good bat right now. Ashcraft with a big lead at first.
Yeah, 3.5 hits on Friday. Lost one to that balk. That balk delayed. Sorry, not delayed dead ball. A dead ball.
Down the middle, strike one. Yeah, at every other level, I looked it up. At every other level, when a ball is called a balk and the pitcher goes ahead and throws it, it's live. But in high school, it's not. Throw to first, not in
Federation
time.
thing, yep. And that is example of why it's not a dead ball, because you penalize the offense for a defensive infraction. If nothing had been called, it would have benefited the offense.
Misses outside, and that's going to allow, gets away from the catcher. Ashcraft advances to second without a problem. No throw. That's going to be a wild pitch, David.
I think so. It makes you wonder, like, who sits on these boards that makes these rules and decides, you know what, dadgummit, balk should be a dead ball. Because, like, then, like, what's the reasoning?
Yeah.
Does it take, like, a supermajority to change it? Do you need to have a reason for your existence?
Foul ball out of play.
So you got to be different than everybody else. Just kind of blows my mind.
It takes a filibuster. I don't know what that means. I just wanted to say it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Whit Williams.
Filibuster would actually block it.
That's what I meant.
I'm going to assign you a Mr. Smith Goes to Washington as your
There you go.
weekend viewing assignment, your civics assignment.
Misses high, almost hit Whit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We got 1 out here in the top of the second. Here at Little Rock Central. Fouls that ball out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes. Called strike 3.
Probably a little bit off, but it's a little too close to take.
Connection before catcher Max Holland.
And that resets the lineup, and that's going to bring up Max Holland.
Got a soccer game going on behind left field as well.
Man, there is a lot going on. Little Rock Central, soccer, track, baseball. That's just the things we know about. And Ashcraft's back on the bag. No throw. Ball is out of our viewing area.
Caught.
Looks like it was caught. Heck of a play
shortstop.
by the shortstop. Ran up against the fence, and that caught that ball out of play, foul. And that ends the inning for your Wampascats. No runs, no hits, no errors. We'll be back to bring you the bottom of the second after this. we're back. Bottom of the second. We can take this chance while the action is stopped to thank some sponsors. And I just looked at two, so I'll thank Smith Ford's up on the screen, so we'll thank them. Centennial Bank is on our broadcast sponsor team, and so is Smith Family Pharmacy. So between innings, we'll mention some other ones, but you may know.
We've received tremendous support from the community. It's allowed us to do a lot of things we've done the last couple of years to give the team the facilities that they really need.
AJ
Vernon.
Vernon is up to bat, facing Owen Davenport.
Yeah, Vernon in left field today.
Squares to bunt. Davenport.
And I take it back. I think it was Vernon who caught that ball. We lost view.
We did.
Looks like Fabian Hernandez is a shortstop. That was not Fabian who caught that. So we'll use deductive reasoning and say it was AJ.
Whoever it was made a great play. Squares to bunt again. Pulls back. Called strike.
This is where the old broadcaster says, how many times do you see a guy makes a great play in the inning and he leads off the next inning?
A lot.
So you're buying that?
1 out of 9 for sure. Well, that's a great pitch for Davenport. 3-pitch strikeout for Owen Davenport.
For the Central Tiger, Crane.
Hobbs Crane, the DH. The next hitter for Central.
Unique name. Like it. Misses high and away.
Speaking of sponsors, you think he's part of the Crane?
It's a good question. I'm going to say no, but I don't know.
Ooh, gets the call.
Thanks to Max Holland. Somebody in the crowd yelled, good job, catcher. And I think that's right. I think that was a frame. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Hobbs Crane. I don't think Max could have framed that one in. Missed high and away, 2 balls, 1 strike to count.
Yeah, Owen gets so much run on his fastball. I mean, you can catch the ball well off the plate, but all it's got to do is catch that, nick that corner as it comes through.
Nice mow lines in the field here today. Looks like they've done a good job manicuring the field for us.
Yet another field that goes turf in our conference.
We've held on long enough to grass that I think it's cool again.
Right. It's almost like this is our thing. You got to come here.
That's
You
right.
got to deal with
So
real
different.
real.
That's a walk for Hobbs Crane.
I think Jonesboro's getting it next year, from what I hear.
Are they? So we'll be the only team.
North Little Rock will be the only on campus, I think. North Little Rock, Burns Park will also probably be grass forever.
Catholic plays off campus.
Oh, yeah, and Catholic. Yeah, Lamar Porter's also. So the 2 off campus and us.
Misses high and away.
Yeah, he keeps missing that same arm slot. So the batter's Fabian Hernandez.
Max is going to go out and talk
Yeah.
to him. Max does a really good job of knowing his pitchers, guys he's played with for a long time, and talking to them, and saves a mound visit for the coach. And
When you talk about the pitch comm, you know, the coach can use that for more than just fastball,
Sure.
curveball. It can be, hey, go tell him this, that, and the other. So your batter, Fabian Hernandez, he transferred from Southwest.
Okay.
So his freshman year, 2 years ago, he played at Southwest and was a good player for them. That's the best team they've had. They came within 2 runs of beating Bryant that year, and you know, the most competitive team they've had. But he transferred afterwards to Central.
Throw to first. It's not in time. Willie Voss back at first after a short stint in the outfield last week. Straight down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike to Fabian Hernandez. Throw to first, and that gets away from Voss. Ashcraft comes on a right to get it, but not before Crane advances to second. So you got Hobbs, Crane on second after a walk. Now an error for your Wampascats. 1 out here, 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
You hate to get those bases away when it's probably not stealing. Although I say that. They stole 2 bases last inning, but
They've been very active on the bases.
now a base hit potentially scores a run.
It's a good pitch. Appears to have a little bit of a, I think that's probably a wide strike zone maybe, but it's on the edge for sure, and Max does a good job bringing it in. That's a great pitch for Davenport. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Yeah, and if he gets that call kind of around the outside or doesn't get penalized for movement, that makes him really tough. Because if you start diving out over the plate, you're going to get busted inside.
I think a big lead at second for Crane. Fouled it out of play. So the schedule for this week has your Wampascats playing Little Rock Central tonight and again on Thursday as part of Alumni Night. So that's a charged at third by Cicero. Great play. Gets him at first and goes back to third, but not in time. Great job by Silas on attacking the ball instead of waiting for it to come to
Just
him.
another incredible play by Silas. He has just locked down third base this season for the Cats defense.
It's surprising how many guys, especially in high school, would wait for that to come to them, or they charge it. They just can't make the throw.
Yeah, if you wait, it just eats you up.
Yeah, Cicero does both there, and we got 2 outs here, the bottom of the second, and we got George Knox at the plate for Little Rock Central. Good pitch.
Knocks in right field and batting ninth. So Central flip the order. Next batter.
That ball missed somewhere. Couldn't see where. Low.
I think it was down, yeah. You won't quite go that far.
Yeah, that was outside. 2 balls, no strikes to count to George Knox. Down the middle, called strike. Two balls, 1 strike to count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Owen Davenport facing George Knox. It's a good pitch. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I like this umpire's call. He's kind of deliberate, but you kind of see him leaning like, I think it's coming, and yeah, there it is.
Ran that inside on him. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We got a full count here. 2 outs. Runner on third.
Yeah, Davenport already at 42 pitches.
A little more than you'd want here in the second inning. Ball's fouled out of play. balls fell out of play. Full count. George Knox facing the lefty, Owen Davenport. And that's a slow roller, fielded by Holland, and comes up throwing, and he gets the out at first. And that'll keep the run from scoring. So
That looked like trouble, Colby.
that did
Really good
look
play
like
by
trouble.
Holland.
And if that's not Max Holland back there, that probably is trouble. But Central strands a runner at third, and your Wampascats get out of trouble. No runs, no hits. One error in that inning for the Wampascats, I guess, but that ends the second inning. We'll be back with the top of the third after this break. All right. We're back here, top of the third.
Yeah, new pitcher for Central. Chris Gaines comes in from second base.
Leading off this inning was
Gabe Lawrence goes from pitcher over to third base, and your DH, Hobbs Crane, enters the game to play second base.
Sean Cover's up. Sean with if you're just joining us, homered in his first at bat in the first inning after Max Holland reached. So that's 2 of your 3 runs. That's a good pitch. Really good.
A little flutter ball to start things off.
Probably, if he throws that again, it'll probably not go well. Say that, and he did.
Since we didn't catch the shot, this is where the ball hit off this building on Cover's home run.
And that's a hard hit ball over the third baseman's head, and that's going to roll into left field. Sean Cover rounds first, and he's going to stay at first. Great hit by Sean Cover as he's 2 for 2 on the day. 2 RBIs for Cover, and that's going to bring up Willie Voss. Cats lead 3-0 here in the top of the third in this 6A Central Conference matchup. Again, they'll play Little Rock Central again at home on Thursday. And Fort Smith, some side on Friday. South side, north side.
North side.
Called strike to London Stewart or Willie Voss, either one. That's Willie Voss.
Willie Voss, he bunted first time up after the home run. Did not reach successfully.
Throw over to first, not in time to get Cover. Alumni night, Thursday night. Festivities start around 4:20. Some Wampascat legends will be honored, and the game time is at 5, and I believe the game time is at 5 on Friday.
That's correct, yeah. So 4 o'clock gates open on Thursday. 4:20 there'll be a ceremony of the bullpen, introducing the new bullpen and honoring Coach Luters. And around 4:50 will be the on-field pregame. We'll have our first pitch from Chris Curry and Coach Luters, and the 2011 96 teams will be recognized in the field. Should be a big day.
Wampascat legend and current coach at UALR. That's hit into the outfield, and that drops in front of the center fielder. He ran hard at it and just dropped in front of him. So Voss is on with a single. Runners on first and second, London Stewart. So Thursday's broadcast will be brought to you by Conway Corp. Is that right, David?
That's correct, and I think so. You know, we're going to try to have some guests, hopefully Coach Luters and Chris and others on the broadcast, and radio will be covering as well. Cat Country, you can follow the game there. We'll probably have our stream up to capture all the radio content as well.
So maybe you can watch it either place.
But you can watch either place. Okay. You'll get more quality video and whatnot, and on the Conway Corp. But might want to switch back and forth and see whose stories you want to hear.
That ball is hit to center. Looks like they're having trouble finding it. They found it, makes the catch in center. Cover tags and then goes back. So out number 1 on a deep fly ball to center.
A little surprised Sean didn't go there.
Yeah. Brings up Silas Cicero with 1 out. Friday's game will be on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, sure will
Conway
be.
baseball.
Speaking of alumni, Northside now coached by former Wampascat Adam Winter. His first year, he was previously at Southside Batesville. So homecoming for him. That's right. Now a Grizzly.
Strike 1 to Cicero. Silas with an incredible play at third in the second inning. And that's a foul ball. The catcher's trying to make a play. Just out of play.
Everybody okay down there?
If this would have been Savannah Banana baseball, you could have had a chance for an out there.
That's right.
Cicero down 0-2 here. Can't remember what Silas did in his first at bat. Well struck ball. That's trouble. Drops. Cover rounds third, and he's going to score for your Wampascats. Willie Voss holds at second. Good piece of hitting down 0-2. Good at bat for Cicero as he got down early. And, man, good contact for him. Runners on first and second, and that brings up Carter Crow. Nice at bat after he got down for Silas.
Yeah, another RBI for Silas.
Called strike. Lots of movement on this guy's pitch.
Yeah, Cicero walked his last time up.
Okay. Ball's hitting the outfield. Center fielder's trying to find it. He does. Makes the play.
Carter just missed that one. Stayed back on it well. Got a lot of barrel, just a little bit under.
Close to being gone.
Absolutely.
2 outs, and that brings up Kean Brown. Runners still on first and second. Wampascats have plated 1 this inning. Looking to add to it. Called strike.
So Lawrence went 2 innings through 40 pitches. 3 hits, 4 runs. Actually, that's not correct. And now we got.
And he's going to run at him. Oh, fakes him out. I think he got him. He did. Coach Harden's not happy.
Yeah, you don't want to make the third out there because you score from second on a base hit either way. But
that ends the inning for your Wampascats here after the Wampascat half of the third. Your Wampascats 4, Little Rock Central 0. We'll be back after a break on the Wampascat Sports Network. And we're back. Here we are back. Bottom of the third. Wampascats lead Little Rock Central 4-0. Conway's scored 4 runs on 5 hits. Kylan Baker to lead off the inning for Little Rock Central. Tigers here, we're playing in newly renovated Buddy Coleman Field. Owen Davenport started the game for your Wampascats, still in there. Swing and a miss. Davenport so far has walked 2 and struck out 4. Missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Kylan Baker. Misses outside to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls it off.
So we got Kylan Baker here, top the order for Central.
Baker. Kylan has 0 for 1 on the day, struck out first at bat. Center fielder to start the game. That's where he still is, made a couple catches. Struck him out again. Job by Davenport. Looking to see Owen settle in here. It's his 5th strikeout of the game.
Little backdoor breaking ball, and credit there to Baker. He read it. It didn't fool. A lot of guys take that pitch, but still couldn't make contact on it.
Chris
That late
Gaines
movement.
started at second as pitching right now for the Tigers. Walked in his first at bat, fouls that one off. So 1 of 2 walks the first time through the order for Davenport. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. It's a good pitch. Missed inside.
You'd like to see him get that call, but he is getting a little bit of extra on the outside. So, and so far, very consistent for both teams.
That's going to be hit to second base. Kean Brown fields it on the first hop, throws over to first.
That's where balls go to die this year. Kean has been lights out defensively.
2 outs in the bottom of the third. And that brings up
For the Central Tigers,
Gabe Lawrence. Gabe Lawrence started on the mound for Little Rock Central. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 runs on 1 hit, 1 earned run, walked 3, struck out 1, and then has moved to third base. Says he went, strike 1.
Lawrence, a senior. We've had quite a few seniors in this Central lineup. Leadoff hitter Baker, also a senior, and catcher Eli Angel is a senior. Fisher DeClerc,
Lawrence chases
first
a
base.
high pitch and is down 0-2. 2 outs here. Bottom of the third. It's a good pitch to be up 0-2. I like that. Again, Central taking a break from the normal gold and black uniforms to raise some money for cancer here tonight. We're in pink. Strike 3. And that ends the inning. Was that 3 strikeouts that inning for Owen? Nope. There was a dribbler to second.
Ground
So
ball
2
second, yeah.
strikeouts in the bottom of the third, running Owen's total to 6 for the game. No runs, no hits, no errors in the bottom of the third. We'll be back in the top of the fourth. Conway 4, Central 0. All right, we're back here, top of the fourth. Kean Brown has had both of his at-bats tonight interrupted. So 1 on a rundown.
That's right.
And then 2 on base running decisions. So
Yep.
Conway number 7, second baseman Kean Brown.
It's been announced 4 times.
4 at-bats.
If only we were
but
home,
only
we
one.
could listen to his walking music 4
There you
times.
go. Chris Gaines on the mound for Central. And the center fielder covering a lot of ground. That's a high fly ball, and he makes the catch. So since Gaines has come in, the center fielder is getting work, and he's doing a good job so far. So that brings up junior, the lone junior in the lineup today, Colson Ashcraft. Colson playing right field. Whit Williams on deck for Conway. Top of 4. Misses outside. Seems like more than 5 hits for your Wampascats, but it's not. 4 runs on 5 hits. Pretty good pitch. Must have missed high. Home crowd did not like it.
Yeah, that ball's dropping a lot. I don't think he was in the zone when it crossed the plate.
Ground ball to first, fielded by the first baseman, and he'll take it himself. So just a couple pitches and 2 outs here for the Wampascats, and that brings up Whit Williams. Pretty efficient inning for Chris Gaines for the Central Tigers on the mound. Ball does not move particularly fast, but moves a lot. So he's done a good job of keeping the Wampascats off balance so far. Big breaking ball. No walks so far for Gaines. That ball's hit up in the air high. Second baseman's in right field. He makes the out. Good inning for Central. Bad inning for your Wampascats. Not much going on, just a few pitches for Chris Gaines. And that ends the 4th inning for the Wampascats. We'll be back with the Little Rock Central half of the 4th as Davenport goes out to the mound for inning number 4. Your Wampascats lead 4-0 on the Wampascat Sports Network. All right. We're back. Bottom of 4. Game's moving along pretty quick. Wampascats scored 3 in the first and then have kind of went quiet since. Part of that due to Chris Gaines is keeping them a little off balance.
Yep. Really slowing down these Cats' bats.
Hit to shortstop. Sean Cover fields it. Comes up, throws, and 1 pitch, 1 out for the Wampascats. Maybe Conway can have an inning similar to what Central had last
That's right.
time.
It'd be nice.
I don't know how many pitches that inning was. I would say less than 10 for sure. Eli Angel's up for Central. Pretty spiritual name.
Yeah, the 6-pitch inning for Gaines.
6-pitch inning. Down the middle. Good pitch by Davenport. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And strike 3. Holland drops it, tags him out. 2 outs for the Wampascats. So, David, does that count as a strikeout still or no?
Yeah, it sure does. Strikeout. If he throws to first base on that play, then the catcher gets an assist and the first baseman gets a put out. Otherwise, statistically, a strikeout is a catcher put out.
But not if he throws to set, or it's still even if he throws to first.
If he throws to first, it's an assist and put out because he's put out at first base.
First pitch strike for Davenport so far through 3 2/3. Davenport with 7 strikeouts and 2 walks. So faced A.J. Vernon right now. That's a great pitch.
That's a really good breaking ball.
Really good pitch.
Vernon also a senior. Lots of seniors in the central lineup.
Misses outside. Two balls, 2 strikes to A.J. Vernon. Kind of an overcast day here. Beautiful new facility at Little Rock Central. And this is outside to run it to a full count. Like to see Owen go get him here. Foul ball. It's going to take another pitch if he does.
Here it is.
Strike 3.
Backdoored him.
A.J. Vernon thought he walked. Threw his bat to go to walk and then realized he'd struck out. So good inning for your Wampascats. After 4, Conway leads Little Rock Central 4-0. We'll be back on the Wampascat Sports Network. You'll do okay in that level.
Right.
All right, we're back here in top of the fifth, top of the order for your Wampascats. Max Holland is up to bat. Chris Gaines back out on the mound for Little Rock Central.
So Kobe Max is in another slump.
Yeah,
He's over his last one again.
that's it.
It's 2 straight games.
And that's all. Well, man, if that thing would have risen a little more. Line drive just right at the third baseman. So
He tried to stay back on it, but got into the bat.
Sean Cover's up. Sean's having a great day at the plate. 2 for 2 today with a 2-run home run to start the game. Second batter. Yeah, I kind of got the feeling at the beginning there might be a big day at the plate for the Wampascats, but it slowed down. Misses outside, ball 2.
Yeah, credit to Gaines. Cats made a couple outs on the base paths. One intentionally. And Gaines has kind of kept them off balance.
Yeah, that run that was made on the base pass, you didn't think much about it, but looking back, maybe.
Yep. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. It's a risk, if they had not done that, maybe it could be a big inning.
Yeah.
But anytime you can score and tack on another crooked number with our pitching, you take it.
Cover ahead 3-0, takes that pitch, called strike. 3-1. Sean wanted to swing. Misses outside, he's going to walk.
And that's what the Cats need to do in this situation. A lot of early count outs, work some counts, kind of drag the game out a little bit, make Gaines work.
They're all pretty excited to swing right now. Got a little.
Well, it's tough when, you're not seeing the velo. You feel like you can hit anything. It's a matter of still having the discipline to hit the best pitch.
Sean Cover on first. Willie Voss at the plate. Wow.
Yeah. Close play, but
Yeah. Cover got
there in time.
a
by Angel
bad
was-
jump. That's a great throw. I guess. Just home crowd wanted him out.
Yeah, the shortstop had to come back across the bag to try and tag him.
Yeah.
He made a swipe at it.
I'm not sure why that was a close play. Sean's got good speed on the bag.
Yeah, I didn't
Just a
notice
bad
the jump.
Didn't either.
A good throw.
Yep. Willie Voss at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here. Squares to bunt. Pulls back, misses inside. 2-0 the count. To Willie Voss. Outside. Three-0 the count to Voss. Cover with the lead at second, being held on by the shortstop. Called strike. Again, if you're just joining us, Wampascats played 3 in the first inning off 2-run home run by Sean Cover. Squeezed out 1 in the third. And 5 hits so far for the Wampascats. It's 4 runs. A couple walks. Quiet day for the Cats. Hard hit ball. It's going to be foul. It's the tough thing when the zone gets bigger on 3-0 is, you get a strike call, then you foul one off, and now all of a sudden it's a full count for Voss. Sean Cover on second. Another well-hit ball. Center fielder covers a lot of ground. Cover tags. Great play by the center fielder. Advances Cover to third on the fly ball. And that's 2 outs. Brings up London Stewart. Be good to see the Wampascats get another run on the board here.
Yeah, and they've hit it hard. It's been deep to the outfield, but not deep enough to get past the outfielders. And in the air too long to drop.
Stewart is 0 for 1 today with a walk, and he scored a run. And that's a called strike. Gets by the catcher. Cover thinks about it. Didn't get away from him far. Similar. That's a pretty short backstop area. Of course, that didn't move much away from the catcher. He was able to find it quick. Hard hit ball out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to center fielder London Stewart. London's committed to Southern Miss, as is Cover, who's on third. Hard hit ball. That's shortstop makes a great slide to knock it down. But Cover scores and London's up first, and that's what we needed, a Wampascat run.
It's really good hitting by Holland. Slow breaking ball away.
Stewart.
I'm sorry.
Yep. You're good.
Holland, London, all these European names throw me off. But yeah, taking the off-speed breaking ball away, just staying back, stopping in the hole, almost like a softball hitter, just going to lead off guy, just put it in the hole, not going to throw you out.
That brings up Silas Cicero. Silas with a hit today and an RBI. Throw over's not in time. And a walk. That's hit to center. He takes a step back and then a couple steps forward. Makes the catch. Ends the inning. Wampascat half of the 5th, not before Conway gets 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. After 4.5, Conway leads Little Rock Central 5-0. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th after this break. All right. We're back here, bottom of the 5th. Owen Davenport is back out. Hobbs Crane.
Plural.
Yep.
More than one.
That's it. Is
Actually,
that the
it's just one, but
Great pitch for Davenport. Hobbs walked in his first at bat, one of 2 base on balls that Davenport has issued. Struck out 8 so far, 2 walks. Like that ratio. Great job fielding it by Davenport and a great throw. It's probably hard to tell at home, but man, when you're running that direction to stop your momentum, gather yourself, and make the throw to first, that's a good job by Davenport.
Yeah, he did a good job of staying under control, planting his feet, making a good strong throw.
A lot of times pitchers don't know whether they should field it or let the shortstop. As good as Cover is and as much as he was charging, I think by the time he got there and tried to make the throw, it would have been too late.
Yeah,
So,
it would have been Silas's ball, but
Yeah.
definitely more of a sure out with Owen just handling it.
that brings up Fabian Hernandez, I believe.
Yep.
Trying to read it from the press
Yeah.
box to center field. It's tough.
Davenport at 72 pitches, so that pitch count has kind of seemed lower each inning. Just like the long innings can drive up your pitch count, the short ones can help level them out.
It's true. Misses outside in a kind of an important 6A Central Conference matchup. Little Rock Christian is ahead of Cabot 2-0.
Yeah, 2 big matchups. There's 4 teams tied with 3 losses right behind the Cats. So they're all fighting for that bye, and all 4 are playing each other this week.
Squared to bunt and then pulled back.
So Christian up 2-0 on
Christian's
Cabot.
up 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th.
And Jonesboro and Bryan also in action today.
I'll pull that up. Swing and a miss. So then I pulled up some.
I got it here.
It's a race.
It's 1-1.
Foul ball out of play.
Playing at Jonesboro today. It's top of the 5th.
Somebody in the stands made a heck of a play. I can't see who.
So Weatherly on the mound for Jonesboro. Bryan got their lone run here in the 5th inning. They got a couple guys on.
Full count here. Fabian Hernandez against Owen Davenport. And Davenport's going to field it again. Rolls foul. Looks like it may have fouled off his foot, but they didn't call it. I don't know what happened. If he wouldn't have ran that out, though, and Owen could have fielded it fair.
That'd be nice. I can't tell if he did not call it foul or just was not very emphatic about it.
Full count. Hernandez versus Davenport. Foul ball. Staying alive. To quote the Bee Gees. And fouled it off. Good at bat for Hernandez. Hit him in the foot.
It's It's the worst as a hitter when you get hit on a full count. You get first base either way.
Man, Hernandez walking that off down the first base line a little bit. That was no soft pitch. Took it right off the toe.
Yeah, I think it's a fastball. You normally see that back foot breaking ball hit the feet of a right-hander, but it's like a front foot fastball.
George Knox at the plate for Little Rock Central. Runner on first. That's a good pitch.
That ball is starting right down the middle and then just breaks.
Good velo. 84. Random number. Fouled it off. Another good pitch by Davenport as he is ahead 0-2. George Knox at the plate. Fabian Hernandez on first base. Checking scores around, Conway Christian was able to edge one out over B Branch 1-0. Local sports scores of interest. Davenport misses outside. It's a big conference matchup for them. 6A Central again, Cabot and Little Rock Christian playing today, as well as Bryant and Jonesboro. So teams 2 through 5 are playing. That's a great pitch. Strike 3. Davenport gets the strikeout looking on a nasty pitch. His 9th strikeout of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Nine strikeouts, 2 walks for Davenport today. Through
4 2/3.
4 2/3. Ooh. Good throw down to first by Holland, not in time.
So quick.
One ball, one strike to count to Kylan Baker. It's a well-hit ball. Well-hit ball. That's off the wall. Whit Williams fields it and left, gets it into Cover. Cover gets it to Cicero. That hit the wall and left field.
Base the wall. First hit of the game for Little Rock Central.
It was a big one. Loud one. The way Whit was running at that, I thought it was gone. No wind, or that might have been. We're going to have a mound visit here by Coach Harden. I think that means a visit or a change, David.
Not sure. Not sure what the pitch count.
We got 2 outs here
Yeah.
in the bottom of the 5th. Wampascats lead 5-0. Owen Davenport, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks through 4 2/3. Just gave up his first hit. It's a loud hit. And going to let him stay, finish the inning.
I think Coach Hart just giving him a quick breather, a little pep talk, say, hey, just bear down here. Let's get this last out, take a breath, finish your job. I imagine this will be his last inning. Now pitching in the 80s, pitch count-wise.
Chris Gaines, the pitcher right now, who's kept the Wampascats at bay for most of his time on the mound. He's pitched 3 innings. Kind of a check swing, didn't go.
That's pitch number 90 for Davenport.
That's more than We normally see your Wampascats throw here.
And a good spot for Davenport to kind of work through it. We haven't gone this deep in the game yet this year, or pitch count wise. Get a chance to work it through.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Chris Gaines.
Different pitching from an endurance standpoint when you don't have all the adrenaline, you're not fresh. Learn how to reach back and execute.
Fouls that ball out of play. Little Rock Christian has gone ahead of Cabot 3-0 in the top of the 7th.
Cabot, 3 straight conference losses. Swept by Bryant last week.
We haven't lost this one yet.
Nope.
Must
They're
be
close.
At Cabot, they're close.
Oh,
Swing and a
great
miss.
job.
Gets away from Holland. He throws him down at first, and that ends the inning. Stranding 2 for Little Rock Central. After 5, Wampascats 5, Little Rock Central 0. We'll be back with the top of the 6th after this break. All right, we're back. We're back. New pitcher for Little Rock Central, Kylan Baker, who's been seeing a lot of action in center field. And Carter Crow, number 9, senior for the Wampascats, is up to bat. So we're in the top of the 6th here. Wampascats 5-0 lead. Third pitcher for Central. Ball misses low. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Carter Crow. Called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Foul ball out of play. Crows behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's the new pitcher for Little Rock Central, Kylan Baker. Misses high and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Inside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Angel wanted that one. Just curved around the plate. Carter just watched it.
That's a fly ball. Center fielder comes in, out, and makes the catch. Another fly ball out for the Wampascats. Sounded good off the bat.
Another one he just missed. Just got a little bit under.
Kean Brown's up to bat for the Wampascats.
Colby Cats have an 11-game winning streak against Central.
Wow.
Last loss was in 2019 here, 5-1. The year after Jordan Wicks, James Hicks's senior class.
Before COVID.
Before COVID.
I guess during COVID.
I guess that was last.
Before.
Coach Harden. I'm sorry, Coach Boucher's last game here. 10-0 under Coach Harden against Central. Central's only scored 8 runs in those 10 games.
Swing and a miss.
3 of them came back in 2021. So in the last 8 games, Central's only scored 4 runs.
Pretty impressive.
5 runs.
Just missed adding 2 runs. Hit off the wall in the last inning. Wampascats did a good job keeping those runners from crossing the plate. The ball, third baseman fields it, bobbles it, gathers it. Oh, I think that was the right call. He
Came back down the bag.
Came down, toe tapped the bag. It's a good play. 2 outs now. That brings up Colson Ashcraft.
Cats all time are 49-12 against Central. First matchup back in 1992, April 17th. These
Called
teams,
strike.
trying to see when they started conference play. I think it was early 2000s. No, it would have been the mid-90s. Now, if you want to go way back, Colby, we'll go way back.
Way back. Let's do it.
Way back, 1911. Conway played Little Rock High School.
0-2 the count. Called strike on the outside corner, and that ends the inning for the Wampascats. When we come back, we will hear about the 1911 matchup between Little Rock High School and Conway. Wampascat Sports Network through 5.5. Conway leads Little Rock Central 5-0. We'll be back. And we're back with a new pitcher for your Wampascats. Silas Cicero comes in relief of Owen Davenport. Owen pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs. Struck out 9, I believe, 2 walks. Good outing for Owen.
Yeah, good job battling. His pitch count was really high the first 2 innings. He settled in, able to give some depth.
Simon Abel enters at third base to take the place of Cicero. Cicero moves to the mound.
I'm checking to see another change.
Fouled out of play. I don't think there is any.
So Abel entered for Davenport. Yeah, that makes sense.
Misses away. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Gabe Lawrence, who started on the mound for Little Rock Central.
North Little Rock just beat Catholic 2-1.
Okay, kind of an
Make
upset.
things kind of interesting after that last playoff spot.
2 teams battling that Conway has yet to play either one, North Little Rock or Catholic.
And you said Cabot scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th. We got
So in
a
the
1-run game.
bottom of the 7th, Little Rock Christian is leading Cabot 3-2. 1 out, and Cabot has a runner on first. Hard hit ball to Cover, fields it clean, throws it over. That's an out. Good baseball by Sean Cover. Making the plays you should make.
For the Central Tiger, Fisher.
Cover's defense at shortstop's been really good this year. You know, he showed up hitting the baseball as a freshman, and you know, good defender, good athlete, but every year he's gotten better in his defense. To now he's, I'd say, an elite 6A shortstop.
First pitch strike for Silas Cicero.
Bryant now leads Jonesboro 3-2. Bryant just pesky. They don't do anything great. They just hang around, and well, they just gave up 2 more runs. They're behind again.
Well struck ball. London Stewart's running, and that hits the wall in center. London gets it off the wall, gets it into Brown. That's a hard hit ball. Stand up double.
Yeah, nice hit.
For the Central Tiger, Eli Angel.
Yeah, 4-3 Jonesboro now in the bottom of the 5th. They both scored 3 runs in the 5th inning.
Cicero 1 out here, gives up a double. Eli Angel been catching. Misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, chance for Central here to get on the board and try to
Central
cut this lead.
very much
Yeah.
in this game. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Misses outside. Little Rock Christian leading Cabot 3-2 with 2 outs, but they have 2 on, so
Tanksley up.
great pitch.
Yep, I don't know where he's going. Pitch is right there.
Batter thought he walked. That's going to load the full count. You got to think that umpires don't like that.
I mean, if they kind of miss a call and know it, they're
Yeah.
probably okay with it, but not when it's there.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Good job
Nice comeback by
Cicero,
Cicero
yeah.
there. Yep. Didn't want to get 2 on, 1 out with this 5-run lead.
Good job getting the strikeout after getting down in the count.
For the Central Tigers, A.J. Vernon.
A.J. Vernon to the plate. Fouls it off to the Wampascat dugout, and Coach Farrell hit the deck, but he's okay. So back up calling pitches.
Did Coach Harden move?
I'm fine. He did not.
Okay, it's behind my.
Don't think.
It's behind my
I
view.
don't think he did. Just saw Farrell hit the deck. Everybody's okay. As okay as they were before. How about that? Runner on second for Central. Good pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to A.J. Vernon.
Christian changing pitchers as Franklin's over the pitch limit.
Foul ball down the first base line.
Not by much.
Thankfully, that was foul. That would have scored a run, or maybe 2. I don't know. That would have been a hard one to field.
Probably not 2. Hopefully not 2.
1 for sure. Big swing and a miss. Strikeout for Silas Cicero, and that ends the inning. Not before Central gets 1 hit, a stand-up double off a great hit off the wall, but no runs. Through 6, Conway 5, Little Rock Central 0. We'll be back to talk about the 1911 game that we didn't get to that
That's
inning
right.
after this break on the Wampascat Sports Network.
Upper Conway, number 22.
All right, we're back. Whit Williams up for the Wampascats.
And Colby, we watched
Strike 1.
Cabot walk it off. They had to change pitchers as their ace Franklin was over the limit. 2 outs. Second pitch. 3-run homer by Ty Tanksley, and Cabot beats Little Rock Christian. Ends their 3-game losing streak. You called it. You felt it.
Incredible. I
I didn't know you had such a Cabot connection, Colby.
I hope they both lose, but they can't.
Well, they can. Well, I guess they can take turns losing this week, right?
That's right. Whit Williams up, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a good pitch.
So 1911, Conway High School, senior class of 18, the biggest in school history at the time, had a baseball team.
Well struck ball. right fielder misses it. Whit Williams rounds second. And he's into third for a triple. Nice at bat for Whit Williams.
Another beautiful backside hit by Whit Williams.
Sounded good off the bat.
Yeah, right field made a diving attempt, but couldn't quite get there. So they opened their season against Clarksville. Lost that game, but it didn't count because Clarksville had some older guys and whatever. So they ended up playing Morrilton.
Called strike.
Beat Morrilton. Then Little Rock High School came to town. They beat Little Rock High School and playing over at Hendricks. Hendricks had a baseball team. There was a college league at the time as well.
Wow, that sounded good off the bat. Center fielder covering a ton of ground and makes the catch. Whit Williams tags at third, and he's going to score easily. Hats off to the center fielder. He covered some ground.
Stayed with it. Yep, sure did. Make a nice catch. And Max, good job. Just drive the baseball, get that runner home. Tack on.
So that brings the score to 6-0. And Sean Cover's at the plate.
So Conway realized they got a good team that year. And so they went down to that ball's hit hard.
Man, just but it's also going to be off the bat. Center fielder makes another play. Center fielder covering some ground.
Some loud outs here.
Yeah. Brings up Willie Voss. 2 outs here. Top of the 7th.
So they went to Hot Springs, won a couple games, and realized we're good, but you got to win 6 games to be counted, play 6 games to be considered for the state championship. And then they beat, I think, Arkadelphia. And they're 1 game away. So they're 5-0, undefeated. Chance to, and you got to remember, too, like they're taking trains to the game.
Right.
And so Conway's trying to schedule another game, hit their 6 maximum or minimum to be considered. Well, they got to send a letter. You know, the Conway's sending letters to Little Rock, and they're sending back to arrange. They finally arranged the final game, and it's 9-inning game, of course. And long story short, Conway walks it off to go 6-0, and therefore qualifies for the state championship. But the drama came in after that because DeQueen was like, "Hey, we're 7-0. We think we should be named state champs." And so after Conway kind of declared himself state champs, DeQueen jumped in. It came down to a June meeting in Little Rock with the Arkansas whatever baseball board that oversaw high school and college athletics. And the expectations, Willie Walks, the expectation was...
Walk by Willie Voss.
Expectation was that they're going to say, DeQueen and Conway, you guys play a 3-game series and work it out. Well, they came out of that meeting and declared Conway the state champs because while DeQueen was undefeated and won 7 games, you're required to play at least 4 different opponents, and I think 5 of their wins came against Texarkana.
London Stewart at the plate.
So they were not qualified for the state championship, and Conway was state champs.
In 1911.
1911, state champs. So next year we're going to bring back the 1911 team for, I guess this is the 100. Hey, we won in 2011. It's every 100 years.
I hope not.
This is the 115th anniversary. We'll have to post that on whatever day that game happened.
Throw over to first, not in time. So when they say Coach Boucher started the baseball program, that's not
true.
That's not true.
It's not true. I don't have the coach's name in front of me, but
that's some interesting history.
My favorite part was the class of 18, which was their biggest class ever.
I'm reading a book right now called Dirt Courts to Glory is the name of it, and it's about a 1921 state championship basketball team in Leslie, Arkansas, where some of my family's from. So they took a train to Little Rock after playing no real basketball. Got to borrow basketball shoes, and it's interesting.
Wow.
Throw over to first, not in time. London Stewart's up with 2 outs here. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Willie Voss is on first via a walk. Is that right?
Yeah, walked.
Misses inside. 3-0.
What's fascinating is I'd heard of that lore, if you will, that there was a team in one state, and did some digging in the off season and found all that information in the log cabin. They've got copies of their newspaper is 4 pages back then or 2 pages someday, but you could go day by day and read all the articles, including little snippets. Hendricks won the state college baseball championship that year.
Stewart draws a walk. So 2 on here for Silas Cicero. And we're going to have a mound visit by Little Rock Central.
And the things, too, that, people got sick and died on the way back from Texas, and if Aunt Edna went and visited her nephew in Holland, it was in the newspaper. That was news.
Pitching change for Little Rock Central. Bringing in number 4.
Tigers number 4, Parker Hartsfield.
Say Parker Hudson? Hartsfield. Parker Hartsfield.
Parker Hartsfield. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4 for.
Was he in right field, or is he
he
replacing somebody?
He came out of the dugout.
Thought so.
So
Okay, so they're moving their defense around, and right fielder's coming out.
This will be the 4th pitcher for Little Rock Central of the night. Gabe Lawrence started, went 2 innings. Gave up 3 runs. Chris Gaines came in, kept the Wampascats off balance, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. And Colin Baker pitched 1 2/3 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, walked 1 and struck out 1. So 4th pitcher of the night. Conway's used 2. Owen Davenport got the start, went 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, walked 2 and struck out 10. I believe I said 9 earlier, so I want to correct that. Davenport with a 10 strikeout performance in 5 innings. So averaging 2 strikeouts an inning that's good. Silas Cicero's been 1 inning in relief so far. He's given up 1 hit, struck out 2. So total for the Wampascat pitching staff so far through 6 innings for them has been 12 strikeouts, 2 walks, and they've given up 2 hits. Conway's managed 7 hits in the game, scored 6 runs on 7 hits.
How many hits and runs and hits?
7 hits on 6 runs. 6 runs on 7 hits. Right now, we got runners on first and second with Cicero up with 2 outs in the Wampascat half of the 7th. Looking to add to a 6-0 lead. Again, if you're joining us late, Thursday, your Wampascats will be at home against Little Rock Central. If you can't make it out to the game, that game will be broadcast on Conway Corp and possibly on the Wampascat Baseball YouTube as well. Dual stream. J.R. Runyon will be covering it for Cat Country, so lots of ways to listen.
And alumni night. So make it out if you can, see some Wampascats alums, and help spread the word if you know a baseball alum. Love to have them all out.
Ball misses outside. Pink jerseys tonight for Little Rock Central as they're raising money for cancer awareness here. Hard hit ball up the middle, and it gets through. And Voss scores from third. Whew. Stewart gets the third on a close play.
Yeah, good decision there by the center fielder to throw behind the runner at second instead of launching it home.
That brings up Carter Crow, and we're going to courtesy run here. Is that
C.J. Gibson?
Yeah, I'm just going to run for Silas, who's pitching right now. Runners on the corner, 2 outs here, top of 7. Carter's just missed a couple today. He's got the fly ball syndrome. Ball's down.
There goes C.J.
C.J. takes second. Hit here could do some damage. One ball, no strike, the count to Carter Crow. Misses outside. 2-0 the count. Let's go, Carter. Misses outside.
Hartsfield on the mound for Central came in, did not start this game. At some point entered the lineup, and now, no, came in to pitch. That's right. Also a senior.
3-0 the count.
Almost all seniors in the field for both teams this game.
Yeah, that's true. Carter takes a pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. Hopefully get something to swing at here. And good play by the third baseman.
Really good play.
Yeah, that could have been trouble. Heck of a play by third base. And that ends the inning for Conway, not before the Cats score 2 on a couple hits. So as we go into the bottom of the 7th, Conway leads Little Rock Central 7-0. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th to wrap up this 6A conference matchup after this break. All right, we're back. Bottom of the 7th. Hobbs Crane. Well struck ball. Ashcraft camps under it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Fly ball. There's been lots of fly balls tonight.
Yeah, sure has.
Brings up Fabian Hernandez. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Look like the same pitch. Same result. Cicero ahead 0-2 here. Maybe not the same pitch again. We'll see. It's a good pitch. Breaking ball missed high. Straight down the middle, struck him out. 2 outs for the Wampascats. They're 1 out away from a 6A Central Conference victory. Maybe you're not supposed to say that. George Knox is up for Little Rock Central.
What's that?
Maybe you're not supposed to say you're 1 out away from winning. Is that
I think it's
baseball
okay.
has all
I
these
think
weird
that's-
superstitions?
Yeah, I think that's just a fact.
I didn't say that we had a no-hitter the whole
You
time.
did
We had
not.
a
You did
no-hitter.
a good job
Swing and a
of-
miss by George Knox.
Keep that to yourself. course, Scott said last time he thought about it, and that jinxed it. So hopefully he wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah, didn't give it two thoughts. Oh, great pitch by Cicero. 0-2 the count here.
He's in command now.
He is looking settled and doing just fine. And that struck him out. That ends the game. Conway 7, Little Rock Central 0.
That's 6 shutouts for the Cats this season. And I think 4 of the last 5 games have been shutouts. Yep.
4 of the last 5 games have been shutouts for the Wampascats. So
Hard to lose if the opponent doesn't score.
man, so pitching was good early in the season, but the hitting was a little behind. Tonight we didn't just crush the ball, but we hit it good enough and good enough to put 7 runs on the board. And when you don't give up any, touchdown's good enough. So good win for the Wampascats on the road. I tell you, the Central's got some things to work with. They had a couple really nice hits. Pitchers that they brought in threw a lot of strikes.
They do. They also have a bunch of seniors, so they're going to have to do it this year or kind of start over again with a new crop. But they're in the hunt. I think they still play Catholic or North Little Rock, one of those two, so they'll have a chance to move up.
Again, your Wampascats play Little Rock Central at home Thursday night. That'll be brought to you by Conway Corp on the Conway Corp YouTube channel if you don't live in Conway. And it'll also be streamed on the Conway Baseball YouTube channel where you're watching it tonight. Also be on the radio, Cat Country. All those are depending upon no changes by those media outlets, but that's what we think is going to happen. Also, the Cats face Fort Smith Northside.
Fort Smith Northside non-conference game on Friday.
On Friday.
Yeah, Coach Winter coming back, and I misspoke. Central has played Catholic in North Little Rock and did not pick up a win in those series, so it'd be tough for them to grab a playoff
Uphill
spot.
battle for them
Yeah.
to make the playoffs, but certainly possible. And man, Conway's, they're going to have to lock in Thursday because you don't want a trap game like that to sneak up on you, which it certainly could. So plenty of pitching left for Conway. Only used 2 tonight. Central using 4 pitchers. Look for them to be ready to play on Thursday. So, Dave, is there anything else we need to do before we take a break before the JV game tonight?
I don't think so. Another good win for the Cats, keeping it rolling.
Cats set alone in first place atop the 6A Central right now. And there'll be some changes in those standings after this week's games as 2 through 5 are playing each other. So there'll be a little shifting there, and we'll let you know how those things shift out as the Wampascats look to make a run into the postseason, into the state tournament. The most important thing in conference play is that you finish first or second so that you get a first-round bye in the state tournament, and that saves some pitching. So very important.
And we want that 3rd straight conference title, too.
For sure, as your Wampascats have won 2 in a row and looking to add a 3rd conference championship in a row. That'd be a nice icing on the cake to a really good season so far. Your Wampascats 16-2, is that right, David?
16-2 and 8-1 now in conference.
8-1 in 6A Central Conference, and that's what matters. So for David Thompson, I'm Colby Crow, and we've enjoyed bringing you the game. In just a few minutes, we'll bring you the JV game tonight as Conway plays Little Rock Central. Stay tuned.